Well, it's a real pleasure to have this chat with you, Raghu, about your work and your view of mathematics. But before we start, since we've known each other for a long time, I'd like to start with your early days in mathematics. Take you back to India. Where did you start liking mathematics? How was it in school and in undergraduate studies and graduate work?
Well, it's difficult to say when real interest in mathematics developed. I think from a young age, I was always interested in games, like chess. My mother taught me chess, I think, when I was 4 or 5 years old, and I always enjoyed playing chess. And so sort of planning multiple stages and sort of logical thinking and so on was sort of developed early on. So from that point on, mathematics, multiplication, arithmetic, and so on wasn't really a challenge in any sense. It was all somehow natural.
And you went to the neighborhood school, I presume, in India. Schooling is...
I grew up in a small town not too far from Madras, Chennai as it's called now. There was only one school in town. Everybody went there, so there was no choice.
Great.
And I was there, I think, for a few grades, and I skipped a couple of grades. And then once I started high school, it was steady. High school means there, from the middle school on, it's called high school.
Where did you go to the university as undergraduate?
Well, when I graduated from high school, in those days in India, they had 2 years of junior college. That's where I studied. I studied mathematics, physics, and chemistry as my 3 main subjects. So at that point, when I finished, I could go to graduate school, either in mathematics or physics or chemistry. And I didn't really want to do straight mathematics, but statistics was more interesting to me because I had heard a little bit about statistics from my high school math teacher. He told me it was a very important field to study. So that was interesting to me. And the other alternatives were physics and chemistry. So I tried to get admission into any one of these. Admissions are tough. There are, colleges have 10 seats or something, and the whole state has probably a dozen seats for admission to. This is a special honors program, which is what I was interested in. So whatever I thought I would get first, I would join. It turned out I got statistics first, so I joined statistics. If I had gotten physics first, I would have gone to physics. Anyway, it worked out well.
And there I remember you had some very lasting friendships with some of your classmates in graduate school, right?
There were graduate school and graduate school. Because I went to junior college, then I got my first real degree. That's already a different institution. So there's a 3-year honors program, which gives you a combined bachelor's and master's degree together. In statistics, we are a very small group of 13 students, I think a dozen of them are still alive today. And we are still very close. We keep in touch. Whenever I go to India, and we get together for dinner and keep in touch with them.